Good evening, good evening, good evening, and good evening. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of Up Close and Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. For those that do not know who I am the queen of collaborations. I am the founder of AAALAC, which is the African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign. I am also the CEO of Aspiring Authors Magazine, where our whole desire is to bridge the gap between brown authors around the world and to touch on topics that affect our brown community that they don't want to talk about, those things that they brush under the rug. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We're showcasing another author along with the 122 authors from around the world campaign. If you're not familiar, I want you to go over. If you're on Facebook, I want you to go over to Facebook, look up the Black Authors That Read Black Authors Club. Join that club and you'll get to know some of these amazing 120 authors that we will be showcasing and dedicating our time to in 2023. Tonight, I have a very special young lady, Queen. She has her hand in a lot of things, and I want you guys to take this opportunity to get to know her. So, if you would, please share this in your circle of influence because you never know what the next person may be in need of. So, please take this opportunity while I bring her up. Share this in your circle. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. I am great. How are you?
I can't complain. I know my mom used to tell me it's like using the restroom on yourself. Nobody feel it but you.
That's right. That's right. No need to complain. It's always something good happening. Always something good happening.
So how are you tonight?
I am blessed by the best. Been a long work day, but I'm still blessed.
Amen, amen, amen. I want you to introduce yourself to those that are tuned in tonight that may not know who you are. If you would just share just a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So hello, everyone. My name is SHENAY Lewis. I am as Miss Angela says, she's the queen of collaboration. I'm the queen of everything. I do a little bit of it all. And so by day, my 9 to 5, I am in the healthcare field. I do work in a hospice and a home health agency. I've been in the healthcare field now 20 plus years. And so that has my heart 9 to 5. At 5:01, everything else breaks loose. And so by day and by night, I am outreach. I'm an outreach junkie. I love going out helping people. I love going out meeting the needs of people, providing them, as my pastor says, a hand up and not a hand out or a hand down. But I want to pick them up from where they are. And so each month I go out and provide things that they need, whether that be beauty aid products, food, clothes. Sometimes it's simple things as a toothbrush and a toothpaste. And so that brings me a lot of pleasure doing that each month. And so that's why I spend a lot of my time doing is going around collecting clothes and hats and scarves, because a lot of times what I found out is this: because I live in a house every day and I can go in my kitchen and get what I need or go in my bathroom and get what I need. Some of these ladies and men can't do the same thing. And so that has become a passion of mine to do. In the last 3 years, becoming an author, which is something I never, ever in my life thought I would ever do. But in the midst of COVID, God said, I need you to be different and step up and do something different. And so in the midst of COVID, when everything else was shutting down and everyone else was sitting down, I was still working 9 to 5 in a hospital, but I also was co-authoring 3 books during the midst of COVID. In the meantime of co-authoring 3 books, I also entered into a beauty pageant. That's something I never thought I would do either, because of course you can see me from my chest up, but if you see me from my chest down, I am a beautiful, voluptuous female. And you always hear that beauty pageants are for skinny people, size 2. I'm not a size 2. I am a 24. And so that never crossed my mind to be able to be in a beauty pageant. But to win a state title, not once, but twice, and to go to nationals and win first runner up last year was phenomenal for me. It was so eye-opening, and it also birthed on one of my platforms, which is simply be uniquely you. And that's what I want to get out to everyone is I need them to be uniquely you. Each and every day, be who God has created you to be. You can't be me. I can't be you. Don't want to try to be you. Be who God has created you to do. And then after doing all of that, y'all, I am in seminary full time. I take 2 classes every semester. And so I am in seminary and still working, and also working towards my second degree, but actually my third degree, in mortuary science, because in the long run, in the next 5 to 7 years, I want to open up what's called Serenity Campus, which will be a place people can come to take care of all of their afterlife needs. Go ahead and prepare for those type of things. That's something that we don't talk about in our community, but it's something that's needed. And so my goal is to have one location that people can come and take care of everything they need to take care of. So y'all see why I call myself the queen of everything, because I have my hands on a lot of things, but I only put my hands to the plow of what God has assigned for me to do.
Wow, that's a lot. I tell you, that's amazing. You got your hands in a lot. That means you're dedicated. I tell you, I'm thankful for you on tonight. But you touching on something that a lot of people don't like to talk about as brown people, and that is healthcare, afterlife. They don't like to talk about death, and they don't like to talk about those things leading up to. So definitely, I applaud you for just stepping out
Yeah.
and wanting to meet that need in the brown community. Because it's very needed. You know, a lot of us we see GoFundMe accounts and we see all these different things, but when I see my brown people that are stepping up and showing us the
Mhm.
correct way to do things, I applaud you for that because it's needed in our community. So thank you for that. And the fact that you touched on something earlier, uniqueness and being in the beauty pageant and being a size two. Yeah, those stereotypes. I am so thankful for people like you that are breaking down those barriers and breaking down those stigmas and those stereotypes that you have to be a certain way. God
Mhm.
created us. He created us in his image. He
Right.
created us the way he wanted us to be, you know. And when people start telling us we should be this way, we should be that way, we should
Mhm.
be that way, but I'm thankful for people like you that believe in being unique and not afraid to speak out and to share that. So thank you, thank you. I mean, you touching on a lot of powerful stuff on tonight. I'm glad you decided to join the 122 author movement because it gives um, the movement an opportunity to help you share your brand, and it gives those that are out there that don't know you an opportunity to get to know you. And this message is needed, so I'm grateful for you on tonight. You said that you did 2 books in the midst of COVID. I tell you, that was a long 3 years that I am so glad we are finally moving out of and back to being able to get out here and do some things. So I'm grateful for that. But becoming an author, 2 books, wow,
Three,
at one,
three,
3 books, three
three.
books at one time, wow. Um, and they talk about me. I'm telling you, how many books do you have total?
So with the one that I'm doing with you in the affirmations, that will be number 4, and I'm working on my 5th one, which will be a solo for me, and it's going to be my book of grace. Because it's going to talk about the last 4 years of my life that has been a transition. It's been some ups and downs, some roller coasters. And so that book number 5 is going to be my book of grace. And it's going to talk about how God's grace kept me in the midst of those 4 years.
Wow, that's gonna
So
be
yeah.
amazing. Well, I'm glad to be connected to you and glad to be able to share. You touched on something that I love to do, and that is serve. Getting out and serving in my community and touching lives and making a difference. So yes, definitely. How did you get into the nursing field?
So initially, when I went away to school, I wanted to be a nurse. But I have a fear of needles and blood and all that kind of stuff. And then once I got to school, I said, I don't think I want to do this. I don't think I want to do this anymore. And so what happened in talking to a counselor my first year at Virginia Commonwealth, of course, everybody who's in the state of Virginia, if you're doing the research, Virginia Commonwealth University and their college, their medical college is well known. And so what my counselor told me was this: there are other things in the medical field that you can do that can help people and impact people that does not require you being a nurse or a doctor or any of those type of things. So I went to school actually for social work. I have my bachelor's in psychology, my master's in social work. I have not worked a day in since I've had those degrees in that particular field because my thought was I was going to go into social service. When I went to do a shadowing kind of job there, I realized that the system was not quite set up the way that I felt like it should have been set up. And I knew I couldn't work in a field every day and leave kids in a situation that wasn't safe or leave adults in a situation that wasn't safe. And so I kind of veered from social service and just started working in the hospital doing basic stuff. So I started in medical records, just working the front desk, y'all, passing out medical records to people. My boss was one of those people. He saw more. He was like, I know you can do more than sit at this front desk. You did not go to school for almost 6 years to sit at the front desk. I didn't, but I was satisfied. And so he started pushing me to do extra things and more things. And so I kind of slid into a whole IT role in the hospital. And then I went back into full-fledged medical records. And then I started doing scheduling for surgeries. But what happened with that was this. I worked in a office that did plastic surgery for breast cancer patients, and we dealt with patients getting their diagnosis of breast cancer. So what I thought I was not working in my psychology and social work field actually tied hand in hand because then I became that person that people could talk to about their diagnosis, walk them through this whole process. And as much as people say in the healthcare field, you can't bring your religion or you can't bring Jesus into your job. If I'm there, he's there. And so there were many times that I closed my door and had a heart to heart with some of these ladies that was getting a diagnosis that they couldn't handle. And so in the midst of that, even looking back now, I'm like, Lord, I didn't even want to be in the nursing field. I mean, like in the hospital field. I wanted to do social service and just psychology. But I see how he wanted me to work and why he wanted me to work the way he did. And so I tell people I got thrown into the healthcare field from the hospital standpoint of view. I was thrown there.
Wow. I tell you, this journey, it looks like it has been amazing.
Mhm,
Um, Healthcare, and then now you're doing pageantry and
mhm.
you're serving in your community. You mentioned that you were in the seminary, so that means that you're in ministry. And this is one of the things I'm grateful for this platform because it gives me an outlet to be able to share his goodness because he's truly been good to me. It
Yep,
is definitely by his grace and his mercy that I am yet here and able to do the things that I'm able to do. I shouldn't even be sitting here, but it's by His grace and His mercy that I'm here. I am a domestic violence survivor and a suicide attempt survivor. So yes,
to
I
God
thank
be the
you.
glory.
To him, when he rose me off my bed of affliction, I said that
Mhm.
I would share his goodness,
Yep.
and that's what I try to do through these platforms. So I'm grateful for you. Um, and you're doing some amazing things. You said you were into pageantry, and that is something that definitely takes self-esteem and confidence. And you wow, talk about that. Let's talk about that because you said something when you said normally it's the size two, and if you can see me in the camera, you know I'm not no small girl. I stand 5 foot 11 and a half, almost 6 foot tall, and I carry some big bones, so you know I'm not no small girl. So definitely, that is definitely something that a lot of people need to understand that
Mhm.
we are beautiful.
Right.
I love, and I haven't always been at a place where I've been able to say that and confident and know it. But I tell you, we are beautifully and wonderfully made in His
Right.
image. And once we realize that, I tell you, we can begin to look at life totally different. So I definitely want you to share with the audience about that because there's going to be, I definitely want you to share with individuals how they can reach out to you and connect with you. But please, let's talk about the pageantry because I had a chance this weekend. I saw a glimpse of a Miss South Carolina. My
Hmm.
niece is actually my niece actually won Miss Congeniality for the University of South Carolina. She's a junior at the University of South Carolina. She actually won Miss Congeniality. I think if she wins something else, she may go to. I don't know nothing about Patrick. I don't know nothing about. So don't get me the line. I don't want to tell a lie. So just know she was in the pageantry. I know
Uh-huh.
she was in the pageant at the University of South Carolina. I know she won Miss Congeniality, and I think she went on to whatever the next thing is.
Hmm.
I'm just proud of her. I'm just proud of her
That's
because
right.
she's supposed to be look. This is her second year in school, and this young lady is already a junior getting ready
See,
to be a rising senior. She's already into she got inducted into a community service sorority. She's already she's setting her own
he
way.
said standards high. Yeah, yeah,
She's setting her own way because she
that's
already
right.
don't came she don't came out running and blazing. No, already surpassed her auntie working on a degree. She her auntie working on and I'm the great auntie. Her great auntie working on a degree. So
See,
I told her she don't came out blazing. She don't set the bar high. I was trying to catch up with my niece and my nephew, and then she don't come out here doing all this. I said, look at them. They don't made.
I love
They
it.
don't
I love it.
look. And then you don't come on here
I love
set,
it.
setting the bar high. No, make me have something else I got to reach for because this summer I think it was fall. In February I actually did my first photo shoot.
Hmm.
In Columbia, South Carolina. We were a part of an African photo shoot. I don't know if you know this young lady named Tracy, um, runway model diva. She's a alopecia survivor. Um, she has alopecia.
Hmm.
She's one of the baldy beauties.
I love
Um,
it.
that and when I tell you they do some amazing stuff. So I said I wanted to do this because I never done a photo shoot. So I had the opportunity to go and be a part of their photo shoot and what they did for Black History Month this year in
Hmm.
February down in Columbia. So that was exciting. I cannot imagine what it's like being a part of a pageant and being in that circuit because I know that is
It's different. It's
it's
different. It's different. It's
so
different.
please share with us a little bit about that. And if you would, how can individuals that may want to be a part of the pageant scenery, because I have had individuals
Mhm.
reach out to me um, wanting to know, like when they saw those pictures, they thought I did this all the time. No, I didn't. So I had to put them in contact with people. So
Mhm.
now that I know this is what you do too, I have someone else that I can refer people to. So I
Yeah.
definitely want you to be able to share with the listeners how they can reach out to you, how they can support your pageantry, what you have coming up. So definitely share that with us as well.
Okay. So growing up, of course, I watched the Miss America, Miss Universe pageants growing up, and of course, we know what usually won, the size of people that won, the type of hair, and so that's what I grew up thinking that pageant winners was not my color. They didn't have my hair type, and they didn't have my body physique. And so just in years and just looking at the media, that's what we were accustomed to seeing in magazines, unless you had the Ebony or the Jet magazine. Other than that, you didn't see us on a lot of things. And of course, as the older I became and the more mature I became, I started to realize that I was created the way I was created for a reason. If he wanted me to be a size two, he would have made me a size two. If he wanted me to have straight hair, I would have had straight hair. If he wanted me to be a little lighter, I would have been. But he created me the way I am for a reason. And so I'm just doing some research, and actually, one of my church members, she was the reigning Miss Plus America Virginia 2018. And when she won, she came. We were at a cookout, and she came, in her crown and sash. And I was like, "Let me wear it. Let me just wear it one time." And so she let me wear her crown and her sash, and I was like, and it was just like eye opening. And she made the statement, "This can be you." No. No, not all of them. She was like, no, this can be you. And so because she was the current reigning pageant queen for the Miss Plus America pageant, which you can see online, they go by the acronym MPA. And there are quite a few out there, especially for plus size models and plus size pageant young ladies. And so she said she gave me all the hookups on how to get started, what to do, and COVID hit. And so we had to do it virtually. And so it was no different. It was different from not having a whole bunch of people in front of you, but we still did the runway walks and we still had to interview questions and those things like that. And so, of course, I won the state title for Miss Plus America for 2020, 2021. And so I went to nationals that year in Kentucky. Of course, I didn't win, which I didn't even go to win. And that's something that a lot of people ask, well, why didn't you go? And like I told people, I was there on assignment. I realized the competition wasn't for me. I was there on assignment to do what God needed me to do in that location. In the meantime, I came back home. I went through another pageant system and I did my research to see the different pageant systems that are in the area. The one I'm currently with now is Regal Elegance. They're based out of North Carolina. And the reason why I love that pageant was one, their platform that they hold as a pageant was for diabetes. Y'all know that's something our melanin people we deal with in the health issues, diabetes and high blood pressure. And so that was something that was important because they were bringing awareness to it. But the other thing that really captured my heart was the director of that pageant said, we keep Christ in everything we do. And for me, that's what I needed to hear and to see. And so I did what I needed to do to apply for that. And so then I became the Miss Regal, Classic Miss Regal Elegance Virginia 2021-22. And now I'm 22-23. And so I won 2 years in a row, went to nationals, won first runner up. So I'm going back this year to try to claim that national title. But in the midst of all this pageant world, what really touched my heart was this. When I go out to do public speaking for young adult programs, kids programs, I do a lot for youth, is to have my young ladies that grew up single parent homes, they grew up in the projects, they grew up in an area where we're not supposed to do great things like this. But to be able to go into them and let them know, I come from a single parent home. I live what they consider downtown Newport News where I live. I live in the downtown area. Yeah, y'all, I went to college. I went to high school. I finished both. You still can do all these great things. But what was an eye opener for me was one young lady says, you have curly hair like me and your skin looks exactly like mine. And you're a pageant queen? And I said, why couldn't I? Why can't you? And she was like, because I didn't think we could. Yes, you can. You can do it just like I can do it. And so I love going to just open up the eyes of these young ladies who have the same mentality because that's what they see on TV, to let them know, ladies, you are beautiful the way you are. So yes, you might have curly hair because I mean mine slipped down right now, but give it about 10 more minutes, it's gonna stand up. My hair might be a little, and I have that pretty melanin skin. And just because I have what I have and you have what you have, you can still do the same things. And so that's what keeps me going. Even when I do parades, like I have a couple parades coming up now for the holiday, to hear the kids on the sideline of the parade says, oh, she's black. And I'm like, and it just opens my eyes because I realize there are other people out there who were just like me, thinking I can't do it because of my skin color, or I can't do it because of my size. And so I am very aware that when I do my pageantry, most times you don't see me in but my natural hair. I always go with my natural curly hair, or I'll add a piece of hair to make a halo. Most times you will not see my face made up in the pageantry. I might put some eyeshadow on and some lip gloss. I go all natural because what I want girls to see is this. The makeup does not make who you are on the inside. And what I don't want them to miss is when God created you, he knew what he was creating in you because you are his work of art. You are the master's piece. And that's what I need them to know. And so when I go places, I intentionally do not go made up because I don't want them to feel like, well, if I don't have makeup or I don't have extra lashes or I don't have lipstick, that I can't be. No, baby. No. I go clean face because I want them to understand that it's what's inside of them that makes them beautiful. It makes them the queen, and it makes them uniquely who they are. And so if you are interested in being in the pageantry, and not just plus size, I have connections to other pageants that are for what the world considers normal size. Um, Let me know. On Facebook, you can find me under my name, SHENAY Lewis. You can find me under Classic Miss Regal Elegance. If you actually want to talk to someone in the Regal Elegance pageant, we are under Regal Elegance National Pageant on Facebook. I am on all the platforms: TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, under my name. And so if you want to do something like that, you want to talk more about it, I might want to do it. I just don't really know. Reach out to me, let me know. And we can talk about how you can get involved and go to see if it's something that you really want to do. Even sometimes just going to a pageant, because people don't realize what you see on TV is nothing like compared to being in the presence of running around changing clothes, changing hair, changing eyeglasses, and doing those type of things. And it's a whole lifestyle. Like you said, you have, nieces in it, but you don't know where she's going, because it's a whole different lifestyle. It's a whole world. And we're always looking for people. We're always looking for the queens that want to be queens. And so they can shine and show other people how to be queens too.
Wow. Well, I definitely want to thank you for stopping by and sharing with us, because you shared a lot of interesting stuff on tonight, stuff that's empowering. I tell you, there's nothing like educating, empowering, and encouraging others to go to their next level. And
Yes,
and like your supervisor was on you, that's what I do over here on my platform. If I see something in you, I have to bring it up out you, because I believe that's what I've been called to do. I didn't get a second chance at this for nothing, and I take advantage of this. I feel that we are here to serve. So
that's right.
it's my servant duty to educate people. Once I come into the knowledge of something, I can't sit on it. I have to share it, and I have to share it to empower you and encourage you to run on.
That's
And
right.
and I am
That's right.
grateful on tonight. So how can people truly follow you? I know you said you're on all social media, but do you have a website
Mhm.
that they can go directly to? I know that they probably could go on Amazon and find your book, but I love for them to support the author directly. And
Okay.
how you do that directly? You can go
So,
over to Amazon. This is what I tell them: go over to Amazon. You can look at it, because a lot of people want to validate. They want to make sure that it's actually real, that you're actually on Amazon. So what I ask them to do: go over, validate me on Amazon, and then
that's right.
come on back to my inbox or come back to my website and
Hmm.
buy the book directly from the
Yes,
author. Because guess what? You support. That's how you truly support the author. And then once you buy the book from the author, you can go back over to Amazon. You can leave a review
you.
and,
Hmm.
and let us know how you enjoyed the book, so that when other people go over to Amazon and do just like you did, they'll see that review that you left. So I have to throw that out there too,
Yes,
so people can know. But how
yes,
can they grab that book?
yes.
How can they truly follow and support the things that you're doing?
Gotcha. So yes, y'all, it's real. It's real, y'all. It's real, y'all. They real. They real. They real. It's real. So you can follow me and you can find me directly on my website. My website is www.shesharedcreation.com. That's www.shesharedcreation.com. One thing I did fail to tell y'all is this: I am also the owner of Shanae She Shared Creation LLC, where we take our creativity, we put it together, and we create things. And so we have books and we have t-shirts and other items over there, but that's the direct way you can reach me, is on that website, and there's a contact button at the bottom that has my email address, um, a couple of my other apps that you can click on contact me on, and there's also a box there that you can fill out contact me, and you can leave actual questions and it'll come directly to my phone and I'm able to respond back to you. My telephone number is also up there, guys. And I am one that if you send me a text message, I will text you back. I am a human being just like everyone else. I am not untouchable. I am reachable. You shoot me a text message, I'll respond back. Hey, I received it. Sure, I will help you out. What do you need from me? And so I'm just like you. If I know it, you're going to know it.
Wow. That's amazing. And I love people like you. So thank you. Thank you for being a part of the movement. Thank you for gracing the platform on tonight. I tell you, I have truly been blessed. And I pray that those that tune in live have been blessed, and those that will hear this replay have been blessed. Is there anything that you would like to leave with those that are tuned in? Anything inspirational?
Sure. First of all, I want to thank you for having a platform like this for us to be able to come together on one accord with the same goals, no competition, but being able to come together. And so I appreciate you and I honor you. And I do pray God's continued blessings over you and your platforms and things that you are doing for the kingdom. But if I have to leave one thing and one thing only is this, I need for you to wake up every single day and repeat an affirmation because there is power in your tongue. You can speak life or death. The two words I am are so important because what follows them is what you declare and decree about yourself. So if you wake up every morning with something positive to say, I am worthy, I am smart, I am loved, I am rich, whatever it is, you declare it over yourself each and every day. And I promise you, this is something I can promise because I speak from me doing it every day. Your day and your life will change. You can't speak a I am and God not follow it.
Whew. Wow.
Okay.
I thank you for that on tonight. I truly have been blessed on tonight. I pray that the rest of your evening is blessed. You got me
Thank
over
you.
here in tears, sweetheart.
Thank you.
You
You
have
have a
a
good
great.
afternoon too.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to
Bye.
thank you guys for stopping by on tonight and sharing with us on Up Close and Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine. I tell you, I am full over here. I don't know if y'all see the tears rolling, but they started to roll. I want to thank Miss Shenay for stopping by and sharing with us on tonight. I have truly been blessed. I want you guys to make sure that you go over and follow her. If you missed anything, if you need to reach out to me, reach out to me. I can get you in contact with her. She is one of the 122 authors that you guys will get to know on this platform throughout 2023. So be on the lookout for all that she is doing and all that she shall do. I thank you guys for tuning in on tonight. I love you guys, and guess what? Ain't nothing you can do about it. I'll see you guys back on tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. I have an amazing guy that's going to be stopping by. We hadn't had a guy on the platform in a while, but we have an amazing guy that's going to be stopping by and sharing about his book and his brand. Y'all stop by and share with us on tomorrow night. Y'all be blessed.